came over here, my first reaction was that you're going to go deaf after a while. There was so much noise in the mill, and you had to keep your earplugs on all the time. And people learned to use the sign language pretty much, because you can't hear each other from a distance. The farthest you can be away is about 2 to 3 feet if you want to talk to somebody. The ring twisters, as the people in textile know, that takes the yarn and twists it, or the looms that run, those are extremely noisy things. I started in 1970, I started working for Firestone. I came here as a position was manufacturing engineering manager, which was in charge of all the technical stuff for the mill. Eventually, it led to me becoming a plant manager, and then from there, the president of the company. It was a big change for us, for my family and me, coming over here. The atmosphere was so different in this Firestone mill as opposed to the other Firestone plants we had been. It was especially for my children. There used to be all kinds of family picnics and other things going on over here. And they had some of these old style games such as greasing a pole and the kids climbing on the pole to try to get 20 bucks or chasing a pig. And my kids saw that and they said, oh my God, we have gone somewhere else. We had never experienced this sort of a thing. But that was the atmosphere over here. It was like a big family. My office was about, you had to pass through the main mill and through the loom area, and on the back side of the building, before you got out of the back of it, was my office when I came over here. And once I became the president of the company, my offices were in the front outside of this mill. I missed the mill at that time because that was 1992, towards the later part of 92. And I had been here for 6 years, and I realized that the therapeutic value of standing on these floors when the equipment was running, it improved it gave you like a massage. It made you feel so much better. You can't do the job unless you're out on the floor in a manufacturing mill. My job was not at sales and other things at that time. My job was to make sure that we are the most efficient manufacturer that we possibly can in this location. And the only way you can do that is to go out, talk to the folks, see what they have to say, and you go from there and make the changes. The folks over here were quite used to being treated more like a family. And it was a change actually for me too, but coming from a totally unionized environment to a non-union environment. And even after we got the union over here, it doesn't make any difference. The folks are still the same folks. In 1988, we were bought out by Bridgestone Corporation from Japan. And then it became Bridgestone Firestone Incorporated in the USA. Firestone had just been through some real tough, trying times, and that prompted this discussion to try to put yourself up for sale, and Bridgestone was very interested in buying us. Bridgestone was originally started in Japan. It was after Firestone was started in the United States, and they used Firestone as a model, and that's why their name of stone, Bridgestone Firestone. They took half the name from Firestone. So in 1992, we proposed to them that we need to move out of here. And they saw it and they said, yep, you're right. We need to do that. Let's go find a place and build yourself another building that would be a lot more efficient. So we picked a place. We didn't want to move too far away from here. We had lots of people that would have lost their jobs totally. At least when we moved to Kings Mountain, we needed far fewer people, but the people that wanted to move had an opportunity to move over there. They're still going to live in the same place where they used to live. They just work only 10 miles away. Considering the history of this mill, we thought it was essential that instead of demolishing this mill, we try to preserve it. But we wanted to preserve it and quickly turn it over to someone who is willing to spend the money and to make it like what it is today.